Now.
For the first time in 6 years, Arrowhead Stadium will host a playoff game. The Kansas City Chiefs will host the Pittsburgh Steelers in a primetime matchup tonight. Kickoff was initially set for noon, but was moved due to the weather. They will now start at 7:20. The winner will head to New England next Sunday to take on Tom Brady and the Patriots. They advanced to the AFC Championship last night, defeating the Houston Texans. The win is the 6th time in a row the Patriots will play in the AFC title game.
It is a huge game today for Steelers lineman B.J. Finney, the Andell native and K-State alum, will play host to his whole family later today at Arrowhead. His high school coach told Ariel Ursuto earlier this week the game has his team and all of Andell High fired up. This isn't the first time Finney will see action against KC. He played earlier this year during the Chiefs' Week 4 loss in Pittsburgh. All right, so let's talk about the KC game. Heard Melissa say it has been pushed back today to after 7 o'clock. Really shouldn't have much trouble later today if you're driving up there.
Yeah, I think if you're holding off until this afternoon, there's probably going to be a couple of icy spots, but the temperature should be warming up. But look at the forecast here, because we're barely above freezing at kickoff at 33, and there will probably still be at least a few showers around. By the end of the game, we go up to 35. Won't have to worry about the wind because that'll be under 10 miles per hour. So it looks a little soggy in Kansas City there in Arrowhead. Looks like going to be a good game, though. Kind of excited to see how the Chiefs do tonight. But wet roadways likely to be the primary factor there if you're driving toward Kansas City for today. But luckily, probably going to miss out on any major icing up there around KC.
And that's right, Ross just got off the phone with Kansas Turnpike Authority, actually, and they're telling me no accidents, and like you said, just wet roads along the Turnpike this morning. So if you are headed to Kansas City along I-35, shouldn't be any problems with the roads. And taking a look at the Turnpike right here at Emporium, you can see those wet roadways there. Not a lot of traffic there right now, and also the traffic here at Cassidy at the Turnpike looking pretty good. We'll have another check of your traffic coming up here in just a little bit.
All right, we all know this is Chief country and fans are as loyal as they come, but some of the other teams in the playoffs have loyal followings too, like the Green Bay Packers. Meet Barney, the talking cockatoo. His handlers say he's been a Packers fan for more than 12 years. The Packers take on the Dallas Cowboys today in the divisional round of the NFC playoffs, and Barney can't wait. According to his handler, Barney predicted the Packers will go all the way to the Super Bowl.
The greatest show on earth will shut down after nearly 150 years in business. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey will perform its final 2 shows in May. One in Rhode Island, May 7th, and the other in New York, May 21st. The CEO says ticket sales were not enough to match the high cost of running the show. Sales dropped even more after the company decided not to use elephants.
All right, 3 Cleveland police officers face administrative charges in connection to the shooting of 12-year-old Tamir Rice. We did edit the video because of its graphic content and will not show it in its entirety. The 2014 shooting, Rice was seen at a Cleveland park playing with an air pistol. The officers responded to the scene, and investigators say within seconds, one of the officers shot Rice. That officer is now accused of lying on his police application. His partner faces charges for the way he drove to the park, and a third officer who worked security at the park was not authorized to work there. Found guilty, all 3 officers could be fired or suspended.
Police in Bellevue, Washington arrested a man they say intentionally set a mosque on fire Saturday morning. Arson investigators say fire crews were able to quickly put the fire out, but the building has sustained a lot of damage. No one was hurt, though. The man police spotted in the area was identified as 37-year-old Isaac Wilson. He was arrested for suspicion of arson and a previous outstanding warrant.
Bellevue Police Department will do everything within its power to ensure that this terrible act is investigated thoroughly, that the suspect is held fully accountable under the law, and justice prevails.
Investigators say there have been numerous acts of vandalism against this mosque and others in the area over the last 6 months.
Breaking news overnight, parts of a church in East St. Louis come crashing down after a fire breaks out. Early reports say multiple fire departments responded to this scene to help put the fire out, which crews say did destroy the building. Officials also mentioned a transformer near the church blew, causing people to lose power for hours. No one was hurt. The cause is yet to be determined. The state fire marshal is investigating.
There There you have it. SpaceX successfully sends its Falcon 9 rocket into space. The rocket was carrying 10 satellites designed to help the speed and bandwidth for a communications giant. It could be a big boost to cell service in remote areas of the world.
We operate the world's largest satellite constellation, supplying service to remote locations anywhere really there isn't cell phone service.
Say the satellites will not only increase phone coverage around the world, they'll also be able to track airplanes in real time anywhere on the planet.
3、2、1、0。
Japan's attempt to launch the world's smallest satellite into orbit failed this morning. The Space Center there says prior to the launch, there was a communications glitch in the system and that may have caused the launch to fail. Both the rocket and satellite fell safely into the ocean.
We're still tracking rain and freezing rain moving into south central Kansas right now. Here's a look at what you're seeing outside in the Wichita area. Ross breaks it all down next.